Very good morning, students. Let's continue our session. We will begin from the Dutch. Means the Dutch people, they came to India for starting up their business, and afterwards they expanded their business. Okay. So first, after 100 years of arrival of Portuguese. So after 100 years of the arrival of Portuguese, at the end of 16th century, the Dutch of Holland, now we consider them Netherlands, they came to India for trading. As we discussed earlier that everyone wants to start up their business in India for earning wealth. So now the Dutch people came. At the beginning stage, they set up their fort at Palikat and Madras, which is considered as Chennai. They also established a trading center at Agra in year 1663. First of all, they established the fort. Then nextly, they established the trading center, which was at Agra in the year of 1663. And meanwhile, the Britishers also arrived in India. And now there is the competition between Dutch and Britishers. But in front of Britishers, the Dutch people cannot stand as they were standing earlier. Or in short, we can say the Britishers win. And they had taken the rule, not we can say rule, but the most of area for trading. Now British interest in India. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth of England in the year 1600, the British established the East India Company. This company belonged to merchants who wanted to increase their wealth by undertaking trade with India. Now, when the Britishers came, at that time there was the rule of Queen Elizabeth. And the Britishers firstly established the East India Company. And why they established that company? Because those merchants, those who want to increase their wealth by doing trading, they can carry on with East India Company. So the first British ship arrived in India at the port of Surat in the year 1608 CE, and Captain W. Hawkins, the captain of the ship, was the first British to set foot in India. So when the first British ship arrived in 1608, and at which port? Port of Surat. And who was his captain? W. Hawkins. And that captain was the first British who had set his foot in India. The first British. He met Jahangir, but he did not get permission for the trade. Thereafter, the next person, Sir Thomas Roy, arrived in India, and who easily get permission to establish a trading center in Surat. Then later on, Delhi went to in the hands of Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor, and Shah Jahan also gave permission to Britishers to carry out their business, or we can say carry out that trade in Bengal. That's why now they got permissions from the two rulers, or they got permission for establishing the centers in Surat as well as in Bengal. Now the French established the French East Indian Company. What the French established? The French East Indian Company in year 1664. And that factory was established in Surat, Machilipatnam and Pondicherry. There were the three places where the French East Indian Company was established, or we can say factories were established. The head of this French company was the Joseph Francois Dupleix, who had desired to expand the European rule in India, who wished to expand their rule, who wants to rule over India. Thus the French and Britishers stood in competition against each other. One side there was Britisher, on the other side there was the French, and they both were in competition. There were innumerable disputes. Obviously, when there is a competition between two parties, there are chances of disputes, battles, okay, war. But finally, the British emerged as the Britishers declared as the winner because they were more powerful than any other countries or any other peoples. Now, however, the French retained their control. So, French got the control, but on which trading centers? Trading centers of Pondicherry, Mahi, and Chandranagar. Now, the British trade in Bengal, we will see in our next session. For today, that's it. Thank you.